So I listened to a video, right, that somebody sent me. And a lady, she living with a man. I'm not sure if they're married or not. It didn't indicate whether they were married. But the man gave her $1,300 to pay the rent. Guess what she took the $1,300 and do? She did not pay the rent, first of all. She did not pay the rent with the $1,300. She took $1,300. I still can't understand that one. And bought a wig with the rent money. $1,300. Who the heck in their right mind will spend $1,300 on a wig? $1,300? Not even $300, and $300 is even too much. But $1,300 she spent on a wig and did not pay the rent. And when the man confronted her to ask her why she didn't pay the rent, what the hell did she do with this $1,300? She got enough to tell the man that she bought a wig. And he's telling her, are you serious? You took the rent money and bought a wig. So how are we supposed to pay the rent now? She got the nerve to tell that man that he got more money. He got more money in the bank. He can just pay the rent. What's the big deal? I was like, what? What? Now you understand why these men get so upset with women and just slap them or punch. What kind of nonsense is that? And she's saying it like she don't care, you know. Just bold like that. You got more money. What's the big deal? You can just pay the rent with the $1,300. Because he asked her, what are they supposed to do now? What the hell is going on? She bought a wig. I've been telling you that I wanted to buy this wig. Okay, I heard you say you want to buy a wig. But when they tell you take this $1,300 and pay the rent, because he's going to work or whatever, he's not going to be there. Did I tell you take the $1,300 and go and buy a wig? A wig for $1,300? Man, she would have had to take that wig back, okay? I'm sorry. That wig would have had to go back. Virginia said, oh my gosh, where is her come and sing, stupid woman? Not only stupid, but you have an attitude when the man asks you what we going to do now, and you're telling the man, well, you can just pay the rent. You got the money. You got more money. Pay the rent. Selma says she needs, Bernice Phillips, thank you so much for 100 stars. And Selma says she needs to be put out to live under a bridge. I'm telling you. I said to myself, okay, put me in that man's shoes. Man, I don't know if I would have been as calm in that man here. I don't know. Because the man did not even raise his voice, big argument. What are we supposed to do now? He was calm. And when she had the nerve to tell him, well, you got more money, you can just pay the rent. He said that's besides the point. I put the money for you to pay the rent. That means that you're dishonest. You're a damn thief. Because you stole my rent money and went and buy a wig for $1,300. If I was paying that rent myself, the rent would have been paid. So me, I'm going to think of her as somebody that stole my money now. I don't care if it's his wife, if it's his girlfriend. That's what I'm saying. Some of these women, they get other women bad names. And a lot of other women out there would not do this kind of nonsense. I see you in there, Emmanuel. A lot of other women would not do this. Grace, I see you. Would not do this foolishness. But a $1,300 wig. Lord, I was praying to God that man will let that wig for me to see it. Because I was like, no, she can't make she right mind. Who goes and buy a wig for $1,300? Hey, Jesus. Michelle Stanton said, hello, hey, a wig? That's funny. He should just let her live. He should just let her live in that wig. I'm telling you. Let's see how the wig would shelter her from the snow, from the cold. I said to myself, what? Like Virginia said, Virginia called her a stupid woman, but are you for real? And then got the nerve to talk to the man like that. No, sorry, I made a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. You just took the man money and went to a store or order wherever you got it from. Are there even wigs that cost $30? Well, that's a stupid question because celebrities don't buy cheap wigs, right? I was going to say, I've never seen no wig for not even $500, but I guess she knew where to get those $30. And they're asking the man, so you got more money, you can just pay the rent, you can pay it. What do you mean we're going to do? And I'm thinking to myself, here we go. This is a Dorn Kirsch woman. You think that man will ever put money in her hand again to do anything? God forbid he gave her the money to pay the car note or to pay the car insurance, could you imagine what would happen? He would be driving around with no insurance. They would be ready to report his car, and he probably wouldn't even know, because she would have taken that it's not a big deal. But I really wanted to see the wig. I was praying to God he hold it up. And these are black people, obviously. I was praying to God that he hold up the wig, but he didn't. And she didn't have it on either. So I'm like, what the heck? And then when you hear women, they know, oh, the husband, he beat she up. Inez, thank you for the 20 stars. Thank you for the stars, darling. Appreciate you. Why is my screen flipping? Oh, Sonia Pink, thank you for 200 stars. Oh, oh Lord, I lost my train of thought there. But anyhow, I was wondering to myself, is this woman right in her head? Where is she? I would ask her, where are you going to live for the next month? You ain't pay the rent. You spend the rent on the wig. You should either take back that wig and get back my money, or figure out how you're going to get the money to pay the rent. Because if you so bold to go and buy that wig for $1,300, you should be woman enough to go and figure out how to get the rent money back. But what I was just going to say is that when you hear people out there talking about, oh, the man beat her up, he beat her, but then suddenly you ask yourself, but why? Even though it is not right, no man should beat on a woman. But what I'm trying to say is things like this here that trigger. Imagine the trigger in that man's head. $1,300 for a wig, he didn't hit you for that. But then when he asks you, how are you going to pay the rent now? Well, you got more money, so you can just pay. I mean, it's not like you don't got no money. And I'm like, what? Seriously? That's what you can talk to that man? If they're not married, I would tell that man, if he ever hear this video, do not put a ring on her finger. And even if you engaged to her, hell no. Call off that wedding. Because already, that's a doing case woman, not responsible. How's she gonna take care of the house? When you get her grocery money, she gonna go and buy more wigs or other things that she deemed more important, right? Like getting her nails done, getting her toes done, going and getting her eyebrows done. Can you guys imagine? Virginia said, bring it back. That wig. Bring that wig back to the damn store. Exactly. But Linda Muhammad said, good morning, sweet peach. The men are not the only ones that are trifling and selfish. Facts. Exactly. There you go. You said it. And I told you guys, as I listen to this man and I look at him, I don't know if I was in his shoes, there's no way that I would have been as calm as that man was and how he was talking. Because he wasn't even yelling at her, shouting at her, nothing. The man was just calm, and it was like, what the hell? Seriously? Man, where's your voice, man? Because this is madness. Like, seriously, right? Even if he didn't hit her. But raise your voice and say, you know what? Where the hell are you going to live now? You better go back to your mama's house or your daddy's house. Because none of two of us will got a place to live. I mean, he would got a place to live because he know what he's going to do. He would probably pay the rent and stay there. But as for her, no. She would have got to get out. Go and take back the wig or get out. And chances are, all depends on where she got that wig from. If it was a wig that was ordered online, she probably can't get back her money like that. Or maybe they will give her partial, only God knows. Because I don't know where somebody will buy a $1,300 wig from. Let me tell you something. If I go to the store to get a wig and it passed $100, I ain't even buying it. I don't want to try it on. If I try it on, we're trying it on just for style. If it passed $100, I'm sorry. I don't want to see it. I don't want it. You can put it right back there on my mannequin and leave it over there. So, not me. Hell no. And I know that people do things to make themselves look good and whatever, but heck, I'm not going to spend that kind of money on no wig. I'm not going to spend that kind of money on no shoes. I'm not even going to spend that kind of money on no bags. You would never even find me buying a bag that costs $100. Hell no. No shoes neither. I'm sorry. And it's not that I'm cheap, but I don't need to be buying them expensive things, right? No, for what? It don't make sense. So this one, she went too far. And I asked myself, if she could be so calm and collective to tell that man that he got more money, he can just pay it. Is this the first time she ever did something like that? I don't think so. I don't think that this was the first time that she ever did something like that. Maybe this is the first time she ever bought a wig with the rent money for $1,300. But I'm sure that there's probably other times that she probably spent the money on other things. Maybe he don't even know that she did it either. You know what I mean? Maybe he's putting money there for her to do certain things when he go to work, like buy groceries or whatever. And she probably one of those people that cutting corners, you know what I mean? She would probably take out some of that, go and buy herself a pair of shoes, whether it's $40 or whatever. But this one, I was like, no. Then all women, well, not all, let me reverse that. Then some women is want to sit and talk the whole bad the menace, not knowing that, hello, you know that they got some women out there real trifling, right? You know that. And when you hear stories about men breaking up with women and divorcing women and all of that, sometimes you don't know what that woman did. I see you in there, Deborah P. Let me see. I think I missed. You don't know what happened. What the hell happened? What really happened? Because there's what I said, there's 3 sides to a story, right? 3. So Grace is saying, one moment. I want to make sure I didn't miss. One moment. Because this screen is flipping, my people. But Grace said, when ex-husband came in my life, I was getting so much afraid for losing my freedom. It happened. No freedom. Today I am never ready to change my freedom with a man. And I understand where you're coming from, Grace, truly. Because if you dealt with a situation like that before, and now you are free. You are free to do you. You're free to do whatever you want to do, right? Not saying that you want to do nothing bad or wrong, but who wants to control a man? Nobody. But that one there saw with that big situation, and that woman needs to be a little bit curved. You know what I mean? Because a woman that feels so free that a man can put $1,300 there for you to go and pay the rent, but instead of you going to pay the rent, you decide to go and do something different. And the thing about it is that she didn't tell him that she didn't pay the rent. She went and bought a wig. He's the one that found out that the rent was not paid, and he asked her what did she do with the money. That's when she revealed it to him. So that's what I'm saying, disrespectful. She stole that man money, because when the man put his money there to pay a rent, she never said, oh, I'm going to take that one and buy my wig, and then you can just pay the rent another day or something. No. It did not go down like that. So I'm going to say she stole the man money. She's disrespectful. And if I was that man, I will let her go. I'm sorry. I will let her go and do her own thing. Kathy J. Amen, I see you in there. Virginia said, where is the man? Good Lord. Miss Girl, show me the damn proof from the wig. Oh, you want proof that she bought the wig for $1,300? Well, I don't know, right? Because remember when they show you these little clips of these things that are happening, there's only show you so much. You know what I mean? So only God knows if maybe he asked her for the receipt or wanted to see it. Only God knows. But she would have to go and figure out how she going to get back that money. Take back the wig, or you going to do whatever you got to do to get my money back to pay this rent. I would not just going to pull out another $1,300. Next month, now what's she going to do? You think that next month he can trust her to put money there to pay rent? No. He will not be trusting her again with his money. Maybe he would give her the money to help pay groceries, or maybe they do it combined, only God knows. But when it comes to rent or any other major stuff, you think that he can trust her and put his money there? He will not. No. And I'm sure that if he tell her that she got to get out, because where's she going to live? Based on what she said to him, she's one of those people that would probably tell him that she ain't going nowhere either. One of those kind of women. I forgot to put do not disturb on my phone. One of those type of women that will tell him she's not going nowhere either. Because she's so bold is to tell him that he got more money. Just pay the rent. What's the big deal? Can you imagine? $1,300. Not 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 5 weeks with 13, but 1 week. Linda Muhammad says, Sweet Pea, she is taking her kindness for weakness, taking his. Yeah, he needs to tell her to put the wig on. Put on the wig and start stepping, right? Just start stepping. Exit, exit. I will pack your stuff and you can come back and get them on another day. Just get up my sight. I agree with you. Exactly, Linda Muhammad. He should, because she is taking his kindness for weakness, especially by telling him as well that he got more money. Just pay the rent. What's the big deal? You could pay the rent. You got more money. Yeah, that's just what she told the man. That's beside the point, he said. That's beside the point. Not because I got more money than me. I used to go take my $1,300 and just go and buy hair, buy wig. Seriously? And chances are she probably going to wear that wig. Then she's not going to like it. Then she's going to say, oh my God, I thought this wig would have looked different for me. All kind of different things, right? Because you know, sometimes if she bought it online, she ain't got the opportunity to try on that wig. She probably saw it online, saw it on the model. It looked real good on the model. But then when it got to her and she tried on, ain't looking that good. I'm telling you, I bought wigs online already, but not for the $1,300. Like I tell you, I ain't going past $100. But the one that I bought online was probably like $39, and it looked good on the model. But when I got it and I tried on it, it wasn't working for me. So that's what I'm saying. People that do that, that's what ended up happening to them. But Grace said, yes, there are some women, they do not work and get easy money, and they throw the money easy. True. Because why? The money came too easy to begin with. Easy money, and they don't last. So you are right about that, Grace. And because they get it so easy, they don't care. It's like nothing. You know what I mean? But for that one, the man never gave her $1,300 and said, babe, this is for you, honey. I love you so much. I just want to shower you. Go and do something good for yourself. He didn't tell her that. He tell her to pay the rent. Pay the rent. That's not a person that you can trust. That's not a person that you can leave them to handle nothing with your finances. Don't go to work 2 jobs or 1 job and work long hours and leave her to take care of the household, bills and whatever. No, it's not going to work out. Trust me. Don't allow her either to take your ATM card or your credit card, because you will end up with a big bill that she's going to put you in more debt. So Grace said, yes, there are some women, they do not work. Okay, I read that. Oh God. Virginia said, worse than a gladiator. Jesus. Oh my God. Anybody that calls her wife, and again, I don't know if those two are married, but if they are, that's even worse, because I don't know how he would be able to go on. He would not be able to trust her to do nothing at all. Nothing at all. He may have to go back to his mama, and probably if his mother is alive, or one of his sisters, and ask them, look, man, I'm so busy, I can't afford to do this. Or put everything on auto pay, right? Put the money in his bank account, have his car payment coming out auto pay, have his car insurance coming out auto pay. Why? Because he can't trust her to do it. But Peggy said, that's a very, very incapable woman. She's not a 14-year-old who doesn't understand a lot about responsibilities as yet. Exactly. He should fire her. He should fire her right away. You're fired. I'm telling you. Exactly. I hope he would do that. But the way how he was talking, like he's such a calm type of person, not arguing big, loud arguments. I don't know if he's going to fire her, because he ain't said nothing yet about where you're going to live. Where are you going to live? You need to go and take back this week and bring back my money. Nothing like that. He didn't say. All he said to her is, so what we supposed to do? How are we supposed to pay the rent? She said, you got money. You got more money. You just pay it. So that means that she's been keeping tabs on that man's money. And that is why she did that. And she's so free to tell him that he got other money, pay the rent. So what's the big deal? That's why she felt comfortable to just go and spend that money, because maybe somehow she probably saw his bank account, or maybe he talked too much, whatever the case may be, and that's how she know that the man got more money. But you are right, Peggy. She is very irresponsible, I'm going to call that, because that means that when the man gave her that money, I see you in there, Dimple Brown, and Pauline Johnson. Welcome, everyone. When he gave her that money, guess what? She didn't suddenly say, rent? No. Oh, let me check online today before I go and pay this rent. See if I can order this new pair of shoe or something. She had that plan. She had that plan. Because what I want to know is how all of a sudden a rent got to pay, and then a few days after, the man finding out that the rent wasn't paid, but you wig already, you bought the wig. So that what I'm saying, she had this plan that she was going to spend that to buy a wig. Guys, I am not sure, darling. I am not sure. I can only account for me, darling. But yeah. So that lady, she would be gone. If I was in that man's shoes, honestly, she would be gone. She would be gone. Because again, he can't trust her with nothing anymore. DDO, I see you in there. Welcome, welcome everyone. Hope you had a good Easter. He cannot trust her anymore. CC is saying couldn't add guests because of technical. Uh-oh. Well, now your request is gone. Tessa Sterling say, I think this is just for clout, LOL. And maybe, only God knows. I mean, only God knows if it's for clout or not. But who was probably holding the recording? She was. Why was she doing that, right? Maybe as well, she probably recording him because if he tried to do anything to her, she got it on recording. Only God knows. I think that some of these things actually happen. I'm not saying that this one does, but I believe in my heart that some of these things do happen, to be honest. And the women is the one, some of them, recording those persons because that man can do anything to them when they find out what they've done, right? Thank you so much, DDO. CC, try again. So Sonia Pink said I would pay all the bills and give her pocket money and order the groceries as well, right? Because when he had lunch on his break at work, trust me, he will learn to go to Walmart, just order groceries and just don't give her no money, period. Pat, I see you in there. Rose, hello, welcome. Rose said, H, money, everyone. Well, you probably said meant to say Monday. Welcome, everyone that's joining in. So, yes, it might have been for clout, only God knows. But I don't think personally that a lot of these stories, a lot of these things that are happening, they're not all for clout. I'm just saying, right? Yes, sometimes people do stuff for clout just to get attention, just to get views. Because they know the more views they get, the more money coming into them. Yes, you are right. But there's a lot of things out there that are really seriously happening as well. People have some stories that we don't even hear about. Because over the last 3 days, oh my God. Guys, so many stories I've seen, heard about, listened to, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, do these things really happen? But then I realize, yes, a lot of these things do happen. There's women out there that do a lot of these things. Okay, Stacey, so now it's there adding. Let's keep our fingers crossed. A lot of women do these things, right? We ain't gonna say that they don't. Trust me, a lot do. So they got a lot of people out there that even without coming online that does things and you only hear about it behind the scenes. Hello. Good afternoon, your time.
Good afternoon. How are we? In the house?
Doing good. You were looking good Saturday. Did you go to a wedding event? You look really nice.
No, it was not a wedding. It's just one of those things. How are you, sweet peach? Hello, everyone. Happy
You're doing great,
Easter.
darling. Thank you.
Jesus is risen. Hosanna in the highest.
Amen.
I hope you all had a nice weekend and you're having a great Christmas. Oh, Easter. I wish it was Christmas.
Easter Monday. You pushing? Don't push Christmas yet. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the stars.
Hello, Dimple Brown. Hope you're doing well. Hold on for me. I'm working.
Okay.
There was a time when I think women were happy not
Yeah.
going to work or not contributing so much to the household thing. It was a normal
Hmm.
thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Thank
So
God it was never like that. Love and likes, my people. Thank God I was never like that. I'm just saying.
well, not that it's bad. If
I'm
you
not
if you
saying it's bad, but I'm just saying
Mhm.
thank God I was never like that, meaning that I was always independent person, that
Yeah.
work for what I want. Yeah.
Well, if you come from a society where being independent was very, very important, yeah,
Mm.
then you will see it like that. But if you come from a society where it's normal to just say, "Ah, well," then you would understand.
Yeah.
My phone fell. What is it? Who is distracting me? Who is
Huh?
distracting? Who is distracting me?
Your
Who is,
husband?
no, it's not.
Did,
It's not my husband. My phone fell down and it
oh,
went to right. You know that tiny space in the front seat. When your
oh,
phone
Jesus.
slides in there,
Okay,
you must step
okay.
out of the car to pick it up. That's why
Jesus.
I'm laughing. And now when you say
Okay.
it's my husband, poor guy, he's always
Oh,
getting
Lord,
the
forgive me.
he's
Forgive me,
always
Uncle
getting it.
Sammy.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Femi understands.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, so
look at me.
I was not listening to your conversation because as I said, I was working
Right.
very, very. We were packaging um peanuts, but it's all right.
Mm. Okay.
It's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're finishing now, so they can go home. But
Okay.
Sweet Beach.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hi. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I apologize
That's
profusely for my
okay.
behavior this morning. It's because I was struggling to connect. So when I connected, I didn't want to go offline and come back. Maybe it will be difficult. Because when you start saying technical issues, then
Yeah.
yeah, it will not. Mm,
Right. I see what you're saying exactly.
yes. I was looking at you guys the other day talking about your Christmas food.
Mm.
Very, very
Oh, Saturday.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people talking about the kalaloo and beans. Oh, very, very interesting. You will
Yeah.
think that they are different. You will think that they are different from African food, but they are not very much different. It's
Mm.
just the way of cooking it. Like when you
Okay.
cook, you will never cook with palm oil because you don't know how it's not in your own cuisine to use palm oil.
To use
So
it.
most of the things you cook, they are almost the
Mm-hmm.
same. It's just that you cook it without the palm oil. I looked
Yeah.
at it very, very well. And you use methods like baking. You put it in the
Mm-hmm.
oven, but most of it is the same, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
Similar.
I
In
hope
a
it's
lot of
the
ways,
same.
similar. Yeah.
Hi, Grace Fatima. How are you? Did you try to boil the cassava of late? Yeah,
No,
because
not
maybe who
me.
knows, Grace has tried. Good
Yeah.
morning, Sophia. Shepherd, this has been in my mind since Wednesday, was it? Wednesday, I think, or Thursday. This
Yeah.
topic has been in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if it was Ajana or if it was Janice who talked
Mm-hmm.
about age shaming. Yes.
I don't
I
know.
want to address that topic of age shaming. Yes. It's been a while that this
Mm.
topic has been in my mind. And
Yeah.
throughout this chorus incident, people talk about age and people keep thinking about all these old people. Everything people talk about is just this old people. How you're old, you should get a life. This girl is young to be your daughter. Oh, this man can be your son. Oh, you
That's a lot.
You
Right? Not for
always, they're
everybody.
all,
That
huh?
man, that's, I said, that's a lie. They can't be everybody's daughter or son because they head into 40 in the next few years.
Well, for somebody like me who's 20, who is 57, I
Mm-hmm.
said 27. For
Jesus.
somebody like me who is 57,
Yeah.
if somebody is 30, if somebody is 30, yes, it
Right.
means they are
Yeah.
young enough to be my kid.
Yeah. But
Because that
I
means I'm
said not
27.
everybody.
Yes, but that means
Yeah.
I'm 27 years older than you, this
Right.
person. Or, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, people have kids at 18,
Yeah.
17. Why
Yeah.
not? 16, even if they want to,
Yeah.
if they are
True.
really, really harsh. Yes, if they're really, really harsh, they can have kids really, really early. But this thing that people think that, oh, you have reached a certain age, you shouldn't be on the topic of Korah. I want to laugh at them. I want to tell them that Korah did not have a little girl's problem. Korah did not have a problem where you go to the disco and then they say, oh, she did not wear proper pants, or her pants were ugly, or she went to the club, the nightclub, and they did not allow her to enter, so it becomes a problem. No. Korah had an adult issue as a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The problem of marriage, the problem of childbearing, and the
Yeah.
problem of divorce. That's not a kid's problem to have. That is an
True.
adult's problem. Yes. And that's why the world, in demography, they divide the world, or they divide age as toddlers or baby,
Mm-hmm.
a toddler, an adolescent, a youth. And then we have all another one which they call young adults. Before they come to adults,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go to middle age, and then they say senior citizen
Yeah.
and old. Hardly you hear they say old people. It's just, it has just become such an uncivilized conversation where you age shame people. And I don't know why people think that we should be age shamed to talk about an adult problem.
Mm.
Yes. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
I do.
Or I don't know if people are following what I mean. I hope you're following. Please let's make this a conversation, because maybe I am just coming here to say what I want to say, or to rant on what I want to say, although I hardly rant on people's pages. I
Mm-hmm.
rant on my page. Yes.
So now,
But
now they're putting it in an age category. It's a certain age
yes,
group that shouldn't
yes.
be entangled or
I've
talk about
forgotten if it was
women.
Janice or if
Oh
it was
God.
Ajana who said it. I don't know if it was Janice or Ajana who talked about something about age shaming. I don't know. Did
Mm-hmm.
anybody else see that one about age
Mm.
shaming? Yes. I I I I don't know. I've forgotten who put it, because I want to give
So,
credit to the person.
but this is what I'm curious about, right? This is what I'm curious about. Who are the ones that are saying that or bringing that about? Because I would have a question for them, meaning for those ones that are doing that. You know, all of a sudden age is being put in a category of who should be talking about this and who shouldn't be. Who are the ones saying that? Seriously.
Well, sweet peach. Unfortunately, you say that you don't go on Facebook.
Not
You
like
don't go to other people's
I
pages.
do come on Facebook,
I
but I do not
do.
venture. I don't venture on some pages. I don't. I really
Yes,
don't. Mhm.
I go to people's pages. I go to
Okay.
people's pages.
I don't have
Or even
time
if
to
I
do
don't
that,
go to
Christine.
people's pages, even if I
Mm.
don't go particularly to people's pages, but because I see this girl's page, Esther, King Esther's page. I
Mm-hmm.
see Janice, I see Ajana, I see all the ones that were involved in the Korah verse.
I
I
don't know
see them.
who is a Jenna. Who is the Jenna you're talking about? I don't know that one.
Well, okay, then you don't know that one, you don't know her, but she has also been talking. She's a very, very smart young lady. She also talks, but you know, when Janice does her programs, her
Mm-hmm.
own things, Janice does them in like AI. Janice uses AI and cartoons and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Ajana does has literally, she use words, and if you read it, it's very, very poetic. She can describe something very, very poetic, very interesting, and she talks some sound points. She makes some
Mm-hmm.
sound points, and that's why I follow her. She's one of the people I follow. Some people I don't follow them, but I go to their page, I visit their page to look, but I don't follow. But she's one of the people that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So just a second.
So this is what I want to say on that, right? I don't know who is saying it or whatever, but if they're now putting an age category on who should be talking about this, why don't they put an age category on the givers, the people that are giving their monies, whether they're giving stars, coffees, whatever? Why they don't put an age category on that too? Why don't they tell the old people to keep their money for their retirement and for their grandchildren or whatever? Why don't they do that? I'm just curious because
Okay.
if you get me in a conversation like this, and not
They don't come and
it gonna go in that direction of old people should focus on the pension, their retirement, their grandchildren saving for their colleges. Why don't they put a category on that too? I'm
I
just
hear
curious.
you. Yes, I hear you. And the conversation does go towards that side. I hear that. But the conversation can go towards that side. But I don't
Sure.
want that. I
No,
don't want the conversation.
I'm
I
just
know.
saying for the people that now want to start putting that as a who
It had,
should be
it
talking
had
about it
always
in
been it
age.
had always been like that. It had
Mm,
always been like that. But since the outburst, when Cora came
mm,
out and said that old people is a bunch of old women, and constantly this bunch of old women have been coming up in conversation. And when
thank you,
somebody
Carol.
does
Carol.
something
Mm-hmm.
and when somebody does something, they don't talk about the person. They talk about the bunch of old women, or they talk about the person's being age as an issue. They talk about
Mm,
the reason why you don't focus. Why don't you go and focus on taking your medication? Who did we hear that from? We had that from Cora. We had some old people, bunch of old women. Who did we
mm,
hear that from? We had that from Cora. We had also about many little things that you will hear that it has an age connotation, an
mm,
age shaming, an age. I
mm,
want to say to them, you're very, very funny. You're very funny, and you are illiterate
mm,
in age-related issues.
mm,
Yes, they are illiterate in age-related issues because the problem that Kadi, got involved in was not a problem of, like I said, going to the disco or wearing the latest miniskirt.
mm,
It's an adult problem which involved a lot of adults who thought that I have experience in this, I have experienced it, and this is the reason why this man is doing the. Or there are also people who have the thought that, oh, Cora, you have to be careful because if you are not careful, this man is going to go this way with the law, this man is going to go this way with the law.
mm,
It's because they are adults. It's because they are adults. It's because they are experienced.
mm,
Little
mm,
children or young people will not have that problem. Young people, how are you? Young people will not have that problem. So they don't have the knowledge,
mm,
the foresight to warn you and say, hey, look, he's gonna go this way, this way, this way. So look out. They don't have that. They are young
mm,
like you, so they have not experienced that kind of thing. So that
mm.
is why I always say the problem that Cora has is not a young person's problem,
True.
is an adult's problem. It has, that doesn't mean that younger people cannot have that problem, but majority of the people that have such problems are adults.
Mm-hmm.
So if older adults are in front of you and they come to tell you that, look out, in a couple of years' time, he's going to do this, he's going to do this. It doesn't mean that they want it to happen to you.
True.
They are warning you for the things to look out for. They are warning you, about the things you have to look out for. They are warning you because they have gone through a system and they have certain regrets where if they give you 1, 2, 3 pointers on, you can put your situation in that case and know that you are safeguarded against that situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very comfortable thing to for somebody to just sit down nowadays and say, oh, I'm an adult, don't advise me. Oh, it's very nice. It feels really, really good. It feels very, very adulty. But I tell you, it's the dumbest thing you can do. It's the dumbest situation you can put yourself. Because it means that you have a book, you bought a book, and they said that the you bought an equipment, and they said that the instructions are in that equipment. The instructions of that equipment are in that book. And then you said, oh, don't worry, I'll just be pressing any button. Whichever button works for me, it works. Is that how it works?
Nope.
No, that's not how it works. You open the book and you read the instructions. You open the leaflet and you read the instructions. If you do not open the book or the leaflet and read the instructions, you go pressing buttons, or you connect the wrong rope to the wrong connection, you might cause an explosion. You might cause a fire. And this is why a lot of big things break down. It doesn't mean that all things will break down. Like now when they're saying, oh, you are wishing me bad. No, it's because the people saw, they foresaw, or they have experienced it, or they have gone through it, or they have read more. Because the older you are, the more you read. Let me say this. They don't see that the more you read, the deeper it gets. Hello, Peggy. Sometimes you watch a movie, you watch it again. Each time you watch the movie, you arrive at a different perspective. Have you noticed that?
You are right.
Have you noticed that, Sweet Peach? Each time you watch a movie, you say, like, nowadays we don't have movies in the house where you have your cassette player or your CD-ROM, or you go and buy it. You go and buy the movie and you bring it home, or even you download it for on Amazon for 7 days. You download it and you're watching it. You watch it once, you watch it the second time you're watching it, you're getting another message. Third time, a different message. Each time you watch it, there is a different message. It's telling you a different thing. You're getting a different understanding. So when people come and say that, oh, I've seen it, oh, I know what it is. No, you don't. They are telling you that they have watched the movie over and over again, and now they are getting a better understanding. They're telling you as adults. And that's why there's a big fight going on now. That was going on. It's no longer going on. There was a big fight going on. And I told both of the people who were having the arguments about some silly thing. I said, oh my God, people who pray together should not be fighting.
Childish behaviors.
Who pray, yes, people who pray together, who say, we have a cause. Let us pray to every time it's a new revelation. Thank you, Vicky. Every time people who pray together, young women, you come together, you talk, you laugh together. Try not to fight in public. Have an argument, stay away from each other's points. take a break from each other's issues, you will find out that the things that you were having an argument about was not that deep. It's not that deep. And I was going to come here and laugh at them and say to them, you see, you're having a fight now. It's because you're young people.
Yeah,
You're young and ignorant.
still childish
You're
behaviors.
young.
Exactly.
You're young. You're ignorant. You're still choosing.
Still on the playground. Exactly.
You're still there. That is why the older ones are telling you that I will come with you to the playground, but I'm not jumping on that slide.
Right? Exactly. You just
Do you
said it.
know
I
why
love
she said that?
how you put that. I love how you put that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we come into the playground, we can just watch you and shake our
with you to the playground. Yes. Why do you think we go with our grandkids to the playground? I don't have a grandkid yet, but I'm just saying for those of us.
You are right.
Why do you think we go with our grandkids to the playground, but we don't swing?
Watch. Exactly. We just watch
down. We watch.
I watch you acting like a fool. You're right. Great point, Cece. Great point.
No, it's a particular lady. It's a particular lady. She walks her dog. This is a dog walk area.
Okay.
She walks her dog, and that dog likes to hang and pee on the pavement and things. And that's why I'm watching her. I ran to go and but she saw me coming and she just pulled her dog. She used to do that. Yeah, so now I meet her with a very strong eye.
This is something I would like to talk about more because you make great points there. That's why I say they're still at the playground, and sometimes when I see them, I just shake my head.
That's why I was asking. I said, "Sweet Peach, are you working today?" Because I want to bring this topic on a day that you're not working.
Oh yeah, yes, I'm working today. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Say, are you working today? So that I don't just touch on the button. Yes. So I want them when you are talking about, when you're trying to tell somebody, look at you, old woman, you don't do this. You're old. The
old woman got thanks because they're not behaving like childish playground people that got kids to be sized.
You should think you should think that why does the old lady take the kids to the park and does not swing on the slide?
Exactly.
And why when the older kids go to the park, they do not swing on the slide?
True.
Yes. Even the older kids, when they carry the babies to the slide, they do not swing on the slide. There is a reason why. Yeah, exactly. You will see. You tell the senior kid of yours, say, "Come and carry your baby sister to the park." She will go and she will sit and watch them play. Yes, it's because of here. What is inside here? What is inside here? The cognition, the connection. Yours is not yet there. When you get there, you will realize it, and that's why I say, I pray that God keeps me alive for another 30 years. Because I want to have this conversation with all of the people who are in this core of us before and now.
I want them be old by then, right, Cece?
Yeah,
they will then be old by then, right?
They will be 60 by now, but that's what I said. They will be 60.
If God keeps them alive, because you never know. People will go every day from this earth, you know.
Will be 60, so I want them to come. They will also be in their 55 and going, so I want them to sit down and say, I am sorry for that rubbish that I was talking.
Lord have mercy.
Please read what Pauline Johnson is saying.
Pauline Johnson said, we are all yes, but we have been where they are trying to go and have forgotten what they are trying to do. Learn. Famous words that my mom used to say to me. True.
There you go.
We were once there too. And not only that, Linda Mohammed made a great point as well. She said, good morning, Cece. I am not saying all young people are like that, but a lot of younger people do not respect older people these days. And that's a fact as well. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't understand why they think that that should be the case. Me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not asking for respect. I'm okay. But
Yeah.
I want to say to the people who I'm okay. Yes, repeat. Tell me, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay. Do you know when I started having my kids when I was 29. My first kid arrived at 29. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I was pregnant at 28. So my first kid arrived at 29. My second kid arrived at 30. You know, I had them back to back to back. That
Mm-hmm.
tells you of the mindset of a person that has kids back to back and proudly flaunted them around. That tells you
Right.
of the kind of mindset I had. But for somebody to sit in their corner and say that, oh my God, I don't want them to go and abuse me that I'm an old lady or I'm watching my age. I don't want somebody to tell me something about my age. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get depressed about it. Don't let
True.
because people are saying that, oh, you're old and no, 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 no. Don't do that.
No,
Don't get
just tell them to
depressed about it.
pray that they live to see the
Feel
age that you
free.
are. Mm-hmm.
30 avril, c'est après-demain, non? Ok, ça va. Ok,
All right. Well,
ok,
CC, we're
on
gonna
va
pick back
parler
up
ça.
on.
Ok, merci
We
beaucoup.
will
Ok,
we
au
will pick
revoir.
back up on this on another day. I like where you're
Yes,
going
let's
with it.
pick that up another day. And please don't, some people are feeling embarrassed, and some people do come
Really?
to my inbox. Sadly, yes, repeat, some people do
Oh
come to my
Jesus.
inbox and say that, oh, Cece, you know, that's why I don't even talk anymore on other people's, on so and
Wow.
so's program, because the last time I said this, they talked to me badly. No, look, if you are a very, very touchy person, I understand. Don't say anything, because you don't know when you might say something that would upset somebody. So please
Mm,
stay calm. But don't feel that you must stay calm or you must avoid or you must stay away.
mm,
Don't feel that. Please don't feel that.
it's
This is the age of freedom. You can do whatever you like. We
that's what I'm
have
telling
Donald
you.
Trump there. We have Donald
Exactly.
Trump there. He's approaching 80. He's ruling America and he's causing a lot of problems around the world. Nobody's telling him that you're an old man. Go and sit down. It's just this my old African people or this my African people who do not understand that age shaming is a crime. Yes, I said
Mm,
it.
they
Is this my
don't care
African
though.
people who do not understand that age shaming is a crime and you shouldn't do that? Your page can be protested against if you tell somebody about their age. Yes, it's
Mm,
equivalent. Yes, it is equivalent to when you tell somebody that they're that when you are anti-gay or anti-lesbian or anti-this, you will be one of the. It's under the same category. So please
mm,
stop all of that nonsense. And I want to laugh at you for displaying absolute ignorance when all of
mm.
you go to write. All of you go to write and you display absolute abject ignorance
Yeah,
when
don't
you
make
start telling
no
people or start
sense.
cussing it about their age, because age is not the point.
It's
The
just a
point here was
number.
that age the point here was that a young lady had an adult's problem and adults put their arms around her to make her feel better. And if they did that to make her feel better, if you are one of the supporters of her, it's not your place to go out and tell people how old they are or how silly they are because of their age or how they should go and get their medication because of their age and things like that. Some of you, when
Mm,
I look at you, when
mm,
I look at you, if I tell you the things that I look at and say, oh my God, you are young, but you look so old and raggedy in every
mm,
sense of the word,
right?
you would not believe it. Yes, but
Mm,
please, please,
mm,
all of you. And I'm not talking about only in Janice camp, in
right.
Sonia camp, on the other. I'm talking about all of you Africans.
Mm,
When you talk about people, you quickly ready to run to that age. Be
Mm-hmm.
careful. You
True.
can lose your job for that. Do you know that?
They can lose some years too from their life.
They can, yeah, you can lose your job because
Mm-hmm.
if somebody writes to, if you work for an organization and somebody writes there and say that she's
Mm.
online discriminating about
True.
age, you can get into trouble.
True. That's a fact too.
Yeah, you can get into trouble. So in
But
as much
see,
as I wanted,
a lot of these people, they hide themselves. They hide their identity. They're using fake names. They don't show themselves. They don't show their pictures. So they're behind a masquerade. They're hiding. So who gonna report them to anything or anybody? Half of
yes,
them that doing that, some of their names that they type with are not even their damn names.
I
The
will never
profiles are not
say,
their pictures because they use
I will,
avatars and all these things. So that's why they hide behind the mask.
I will never say never. I will never
Mm,
say never.
mm,
I
mm,
will never say never. And well, for me, that's why I don't engage in pages which are faceless.
mm.
Yes, you may think that, oh, we go to Jade and we don't know who Jade is.
You
Some of us.
have seen Jay's face before, though. I've seen Jay's face before. She has
There
shown
you go.
herself before. She was on a video talking, but it was her face, herself.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
see? Exactly. So you see, some
And
of
not
us,
only that, there's some people that they think that they're so much more educated than others, but then when this nonsense that you see them doing, typing, right, you're wondering to yourself, what time does an educated person got to waste time with this kind of back and forth childish crap? You know what I mean? Like, do something with it. Go do something then. You shouldn't be out here doing what you're doing. I'm just saying. Okay? Only my
well,
own
that,
opinion. And that's
okay,
not directed to Janice Sider. That's directed to other people that I see that they want to make it seem like
many
they're
people.
so more,
Yes,
yeah. But see, let
many
me go
people. Like,
here. It's 8:50 and I gotta get off this life. I got
oh
to
my
go.
gosh, she's got to go to work. Anybody
Yes,
who has a
I'm
job, we
working
have to
today.
respect. Have a nice day, everybody. We're going to
Yeah.
continue this topic
Um,
whenever we can pick it up, okay?
Unlike some people, I don't sit on the media listening to what people are saying to figure out what I'm gonna go write and post later based on what they're saying. No, that's not my life. I like to work and make my own. Yes, so but
Yeah,
thank you so much, Steve, for joining in. We will catch up on this here another day. I appreciate you.
it's okay. Have a lovely day
Thanks.
at work.
Thank you so much. What Pierre said really quickly. I want to read out before I go. Pierre said, "Good morning, my people. An intelligent person will know that aging is part of life. Facts. One day, those same people will get old and their kids will call them old. Exactly. Facts. You said it. But thank you all so much for joining in. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye.